Women who were pushed off to Pesach Sheni, whether it was because of oinus or unintentional. Let's see what it says in the Peirush. And women are different from men, because men who are on oinus and Pesach Rishon are obligated, according to the Rambam, to bring a Pesach Sheni. And when they willfully didn't bring Pesach Sheni, they're chayav kores. But noshim that were nansu, that were because of conditions were unable to bring the first one, they're not obligated in the second one. But rotzu shochten, if they want, they can slaughter. Rotzu ein shochten. If they want, you don't slaughter for them. Lefikoch ein shochten aleim v'nei atzon b'Shabbos v'Pesach Sheni. Therefore, if it's Shabbos, there is no obligation for them. They can't decide to be Machal Shabbos, and therefore they can only be part of a different group. Because we don't make Pesach Sheni is Derech Shabbos, but that's only for men. But women, since they're not obligated 100%, even though they can do so, it's not Derech Shabbos. She can be counted as one of the members of the Chabur, and therefore your wife, if you were an Einus and she was an Einus, your wife would be permitted to eat Pesach Sheni even when it was slaughtered on Shabbos. Kaz Mishnah cites a machloikis of Tanoim. Kaz Mishnah cites a machloikis of Tanoim, Sochem 91b. A woman, that narration, they slaughtered for her by herself. Women, in the first one you can slaughter for themselves, a group of women. The second one, they can only be an adjunct to the men, to Rabbi Yehuda. Isha b'sheni, you can do it even for herself. You don't, and certainly in the first one. He is of the opinion that a woman is obligated in Pesach Sheni. Isha b'rishon, even in the first one, she's only an adjunct, and b'sheni, you don't shecht for her at all. So according to Rabbi Yehuda, a woman in the first one is an obligated, and the second one is permissive. Rabbi Yossi says the second one is she's obligated. And Shimon is of the opinion that even the first one she's not obligated, but you can just join her to the group. So the Kesef Mishnah writes that Am Paskins Rabbi Yehuda, the women in the first one are obligated, and in the second one they were rishus. And also in Perek Aleph Halacha Aleph he writes that a woman is chayav in Pesach Rishon. In Perek Zayin Halacha Beis he writes that noshim in the second one are rishus. Therefore, the Kesef Mishnah questions how could he paskin in Perek Beis Halacha Dalet that you make a chabura that all women on Pesach Sheni. That's only according to Rabbi Yossi, who says that the second one is obligatory for women. But if Rambam paskins that the second one is not obligatory, how can you make a group of only women? So the Kesef Mishnah explains that the Rambam paskins like Rabbi Yossi. You can make a group of Pesach Sheni because of the rule of Rabbi Yossi, Halacha Rabbi Yossi. But to make a group of women Pesach Sheni when it's and Shabbos, he's like Rabbi Yehuda. Halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda. That's Rishus, because the Gemara says, according to who goes the Gemara of Rabbi Elazar, that Isha b'Sheni is Rishus, and the Rishon is Choyva, and it's Derech Shabbos, like Rabbi Yehuda. And since Rabbi Elazar passing is like Rabbi Yehuda, the halacha is like him regarding Shabbos, but not regarding making a group by itself. So the Halacha Mishnah questions this. If that's the case, Rabbi Elazar is of the opinion like Rabbi Yossi, and Rabbi Yossi says that Noshim are obligated in Pesach Sheni by themselves only in the weekdays. But he admits that on Shabbos it doesn't work. How could that be? It can't be half and half. The Halacha Mishnah says that you can't answer this contradiction like the Kesef Mishnah. And certainly these two items that we're discussing, a group of women in the second separate and pushing Shabbos off, are tied to each other. The one who's of the opinion that Noshim can make their own Pesach Sheni, they would have to be able to be Derech Shabbos as well, and vice versa. And the one who holds that they can't make Pesach Sheni It's not Doicha Shabbos, and if that's the case, the Rambam should paskin like Rabbi Yehuda because Rabbi Eliezer agrees with them. Mary Korkis wants to answer the Rambam paskins like Rabbi Yehuda, and the klal is that Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yossi, Halacha Rabbi Yossi is only when it's there's no one disagreeing more than one person. But since Rabbi Eliezer is agrees with Rabbi Yehuda, therefore the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yossi disagree if Noshim make a Pesach Sheni by themselves only on Shabbos. That's when they disagree. And therefore, in Perek Beis Halacha Daled, he passes like Rabbi Yehuda, he can make a chabura of Noshim for Pesach Sheni in the weekdays, because Rabbi Yehuda will admit to that. Only on Shabbos you can't do it. Rabbi Yehuda forbids it to make for all women a chabura that's only women on Shabbos. So you have the Lashon Rambam says that therefore you don't shecht for them on Pesach Sheni. Only on Shabbos you don't shecht for them. The Hacha Balafia in Mikroi Kodesh says, he goes like the Riku Makorkas, and he adds, you can't say like the Lecha Mishnah that Rabbi Yossi holds in Pesach Sheni that on Shabbos you don't make a Chaburas Noshim, because the reason of Rabbi Yossi is because in the region it says Michson Nefoshes, even a woman. In Pesach Sheni it says V'nichel Soha Nefesh Ahim Yisrael Nefesh V'afil Noshim. And according to Rabbi Yossi, Noshim have chorus that they don't bring Pesach Sheni. According to Rabbi Yossi, Pesach Sheni of Noshim would be Doicha Shabbos. And that's the Lashon of Rabbi Yossi, Noshim B'Sheni Choivam, and you don't have to say in the first one it's an obligation. Therefore, the Gemara could not say that Rabbi Eliezer is like Rabbi Yossi, but rather Rabbi Yehuda. Chavetz Chaim on the Gudi Hilchos explains the question of the Kesef Mishnah in a different way. The Rambam says in Perek Sheni that Noshim can make their own Chabur and Pesach Sheni. He's talking when there's no men making it. If there's a group of men making it, they have to become part with the men. And the Chavetz Chaim adds that the Smag copied the Lashon Rambam in Perek Beis Halacha Daled that Noshim make a Chabur by themselves, but he doesn't write even with Pesach Sheni. And the Chavetz Chaim explains that the Smag is the opinion that according to Rabbi Yehuda, even when Pesach Sheni B'Choil, they can't make a Chabur by themselves. So the Rambam, the source of the din that that the women can join a group of men who have brought a Korban Pesach on Shabbos, that if it would be a new source of logic, the Rambam would have written as he usually does when it's his logic yearly. It would seem so, but we don't know the source for this matter. According to Mikorkis, that Rabbi Yehuda forbids to make a Chaburas Noshim by themselves only on Shabbos, would seem that you can argue that to be secondary or adjunct to others, to men, you can do it even on Shabbos. And that's how so many people want to explain the Rambam here. The Chavetz Chaim explains that the source for this halacha is from what it says, that even though you can't slaughter an animal for a goy on Yom Tov, if Yisrael is a partner in it, so you can slaughter it for himself, and the goy can also eat from it. Therefore, women can join the men because even though it's forbidden for them to slaughter, but the man can slaughter, therefore they can benefit from it. The Chidon in his Tshuva writes on the question, what would be if the HaKadosh Baruch Hu will send a Mashiach between Pesach Rishon and Pesach Sheni? Well, we have to bring in Pesach Sheni. Machon Nesher also discusses this, and he further asks that if you'll say that the men alone will be Chai in Pesach Sheni, will women be able to also be obligated, or even be able to eat from it? Balmarkeves Mishnah cites Yerushalmi, where it says that Klal Yisrael will be given the right to build a Beis HaBechira, and therefore Yochid makes a Pesach Sheni, and a Tzibur does not make a Pesach Sheni. And Mechas writes, as we find Yerushalmi, that a Mashiach will come in Rishon Sheni, it's a machlokes of Tanoim, because there's a question there as to whether you would bring a Korban Pesach Sheni for the many. The Chido also cites the Parpon Meiros. The Rambam learned the explanation of Yehuda that Noshim and the second one are a Rishus, meaning they can make a Pesach Sheni on their own, but only when they are with others. It's an obligation to be Pesach Sheni with others. So therefore he would say that to make a Pesach Sheni by themselves is a Rishus, but with others, they're obligated to be with others. And the Lashon Rambam is therefore very clear. Noshim, Shenichul Sheni. So the Pesach Sheni for them is a Rishus. It means it's a Rishus to make a group of women, and Rotzu Shechtim, Rotzu Ein Shechtim. Therefore, you can't do it on Shabbos. Is talking about when they want to slaughter for themselves. But if they were with others, they can definitely join, and she's obligated to be with others to make Pesach Sheni b'Shabbos. The Chidor says a witness. Why didn't the Rambam write the Noshim that intentionally didn't bring Pesach Rishon, if they have to bring Pesach Sheni or not? And he says the whole Machlokes of Yehuda, Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Shimon is only when they were unintentional or nensur, or they were prevented by circumstances. But if they did it willfully, not bring it on the first, they have to bring a Pesach Sheni. So therefore, it's not mentioned. And according to that, the Chidor says, we can explain the Rambam in Perek Beis, he writes they can make a Chabura. He's talking about when they were intentional. They're chayav in Pesach Sheni by themselves. But when they did it unintentionally, here the Rambam says Pesach Sheni is Rishus. And therefore the Rambam says, Noshim Shenidchul Sheni means that it was oinus. They didn't do it themselves. But if they did it willfully, it's not called that they were pushed off. They pushed themselves off. And he ends, but I didn't find proof to this. My only source is in the words of the Rambam. Ve'ezeu derech hachoika, which is what's called derech hachoika, 15 mil chutz lechemes Yerushalayim. 15 mil beyond the walls of Yerushalayim. The Mishnah says in Psachim 93b, what's derech hachoika? From Median and outside, and in that measure to all directions to Rabbi Akiva. But the Yezoima is Kupas HaAzorah, from the doorway of the Azorah Ulachutz, right outside the Azorah. Because the Mishnah writes the Rambam Paskins Rabbi Akiva. When Kokas adds, that's because Rabbi Eliezer is Shamuti. They placed him in Cherem, and he died in Cherem. Therefore, the halacha is not like him.